Hi, I'm Elle. I'm the Keystone Stitcher. And today it's summer. But even though it's summer outside, I'm here to talk to you about Halloween because I received the latest edition of Just Cross Stitch Magazine's Halloween, a 2024 special collector's issue. I always forget how they phrase that. So I want to do a flip through of this today and show you what you can find if you purchase this. A couple disclaimers. Most everything in here is charted for DMC and Sullivan's. So I believe DMC bought Sullivan, but every chart that has DMC has the Sullivans next to it. There are a couple that use a specialty fiber, such as Weeks Dye Works or something like that. So instead of telling you this has DMC and Sullivan's, I will tell you that this has a specialty floss, and any chart that has a specialty floss also has a DMC conversion. That way you know if I don't mention the flosses, it means it's DMC and Sullivan's. Okay, the other thing I want to highlight is, and I can show you here, let me make sure. All of the images are tiny at the top of the page. Some are even smaller than that, and they're on the same page as the chart. So instead of trying to cover them up and then trying to show it so that you can see all the details, I'm going to put a picture in whenever I have just a little snippet there. I will show you the cover page so you know what is coming up in the section, but let's see if this works. You let me know when you're done watching this. So, we saw the cover, and on the back we have some Mill Hills. Now this says witches get stitches, but they're not all Halloween. A lot of them are autumn. But I don't really care for Mill Hill, but I have to stitch that one. I grew up on a lake, and I spent a lot of time in a canoe and in rowboats. So I'm going to have to look to get that. So if you see one there, check it out. Okay, so inside we have the cover section, and you can see that the designs are split into categories. And the categories are Creepy Creatures, Haunted Handiwork, From the Dark Side, Halloween Sampling, The Witching Hour, and Trick or Treat. And this first section is Creepy Creatures. And these are the designs that are in this section. So let's get started. So the first one is called Sleepy Bat. To me, this is a girl. She's adorable. This is 66 by 46. It's considered easy. And it's designed by Rona of Tangled Threads and Things. The next one is Perfect Pirate. Purr is in P-U-R-R. So it's a cat pirate. This is designed by Lindsay Whitney of Counting Puddles, and it's 60 by 54. And then we have Nevermore, and I love this one. I would like to put it on a slightly darker fabric, so that Quakerish moon shows up better. This is by Maria Quaternion Creations. I always stumble on that. It's 63 by 51. Now this one uses Treenway silks, and again it has the DMC conversions. And then we have Witchy Surprise, and I love that little spider with the witch hat on it. This is by Pam Lewis of Praiseworthy Stitches. It is 75 by 56. This is one that uses Weeks Dye Works, and it does have a Mill Hill Petite Seed. And of course you have your conversion for DMC. And then we have Hoot by Marumi Designs, and I can show you this one. So we have that right there. I'll have to find the details on that one. So this is 96 by 79. And Marumi, what is her first name? I always forget her first name. Miriam. She has her own Flosstube channel, so you can check her out if you like. So this next one is called Happy Halloweenish. And it's right there. This is by Liz Allman of Black Work Journey. And so yes, this is mostly black work. This is 85 by 60. So when I looked at this, I thought it was much bigger. I'll bring that in close so you can get a good look at that. So we have that one. And then we have this section called From the Dark Side. And I really want to stitch this one. And oh, I'm covering up one down there. So there's one down there. Okay, so these are, let's see what the first one is. Oh, the first one is the one I would like to stitch. And I was surprised. I thought this was probably done on black fabric, but it's done on white, and even the white is stitched. This is 45 by 65, and it is designed by the Stitcher Hood. Then we have Cemetery Bands by Sprouting Lupine, something like that, 61 by 75. And that's cute. Would you do that on orange? I almost would like to say I'd rather do that on purple, just to give it more of a night sky type look, or dusk. But yeah, I don't know that I would do it on that color, but I like that. Okay, this next one is Rest in Peace. I love that Weeping Willow. A long time ago I told you a story about my Weeping Willow that I just loved as a child. This is by Amanda Berry of Cobweb and Rose. It's 63 by 63. And then we move on to Memento. This is by Donna Chavis of Stitch X Love. It's 40 by 36. So that one's cute. Then we have Old Scully. And that's this one here. That was on the cover of the magazine. And this one is original artwork by Theo de Fantasy Dreamworld, adapted for cross stitch by Le Petit Croix de Lucie. I'm not into French. Sorry, I never took French. And let's see, we have a couple French knots in this one, but other than that, it looks pretty easy. It says it's intermediate. This next one, I'm going to put a picture in just so I can show you the details. When you look at those, each one looks like the hearts are cut off at the edge of the frame. They're not. I actually looked at the design. They're stitched all the way to the end. I would stitch this straight across, put the Even When Death Do Us Part in the middle, and then put one on each side. Just put like a single stitch between the hearts on each one. Anyway, this is an intermediate. It's 53 by 39 each, and it's by Tracy Richards of Wrought Iron Stitching. This uses Weeks Dye Works. And we keep going then. We have the charts for those on the next page. Okay, this next one is called River Styx Yacht Club. And this, they want you to put this on a shirt. So this is 98 by 98. Can you see that one? And it is by Hannah Bridget Designs. I wouldn't put on a shirt. They do give you the details of where you can get the waste canvas, the whatever they're calling it now, the soluble canvas. It used to be called waste canvas. But that's kind of cute. Speaking of River Styx, my favorite band, one of my favorite bands when I was a teenager was the band Styx. Okay, and then we have Halloween samplings. So these are what are in this section. And this first one is called Prim Oween. It's by Tracy Richards of Wrought Iron Stitching. It's 61 by 63. That's cute. That's really cute. This one also uses Weeks Dye Works. You have a little bit of backstitch, but it's not too bad. Okay, the next one is All Hallows Eve, and this is by L. Noonan of Stitch Sprout. This reminds me of something else. I like the houses. I like this one. If I didn't say, it's 43 by 72. Sorry, I'm admiring the image, and I forgot to tell you the size. Okay, this next one is called Haunted Hill. It's by Julia Rosenberg of Cotton Pixels. It's 53 by 53. That little white gate looks like is that a ghost, or is that really a gate there? It looks like a ghost to me. It's cute. You'll have to let me know which is your favorite design, if you have one that you just fall in love with. October Gathering is our next design. I'm really sorry. I'll try to cut that out. I have the windows open because it is so beautiful outside. Okay, we'll start over. This is October Gathering. It's by Nikki's Creations. It's 68 by 98. So if you're into cats, we have plenty of cats in this one. And then I gotta get the page turned. Oh, the next one. This is one. There's usually at least one in every magazine, or when you're scanning, shops, you'll find an image and you go, I have to stitch that. For me, out of this magazine, this is the one I have to stitch. This would be beautiful up for autumn, for Christmas, and I love quilts. So this is Halloween Barn Quilt. It's by Sarah Louise Greer of Wickham Cottage, and it's 94 by 105. Let me bring that in a little bit closer. And yeah, a little spider, and I love that. So that's one that at some point here I will stitch. This next one is called Black Cat Sampler, and it's a Quaker style, they're calling it. There we go, get the glare off. This is a little too sparse for my taste, but I would love to take elements out, like this cat walking on the fence with the moon behind it. That would be really cute. The cat sitting on the M, and you could personalize the letters, I'm sure. I would pull out pieces of that. But let me tell you a little bit more about this one. This one is, I think this one uses fancy floss. Yes, this uses Classic Colorworks. It is by Nancy Waller of Faithworks Designs, and it's 112 by 99. Do you do that? Do you pull out elements and stitch them? I do all the time. Okay, this next one is called Ghoulish Grins, and it is by Kara Brown of the Elfin Forest. It's 109 by 56. And again, I would probably pull out pieces of this and use them as, like pull out the pumpkin and the skull and make individual ornaments out of them. And this one uses a Gentle Art sampler threads and Gentle Art Simply Shaker sampler threads. Okay, our next section is called Haunted Handiwork. And this is what's in this section. So, this first one is called The Graveyard. It's by Kara Brown of the Elfin Forest, and it's 59 by 58. And this one, unlike all the others, instead of Sullivan's, this uses a choice of DMC or Anchor. So if you like Anchor, this one is charted for Anchor. This next one I absolutely love. This one is called Frankly by Barbie Lau of Twisted Willow Designs. It's 76 by 69. And it says, if you can read it up there, it says, frankly, I love Halloween stitching. And for me, I don't usually put things up that say stitching. So I would either leave the wording off completely, or I would change it to, frankly, I love Halloween. But I really like that one. Okay, so Halloween Friends is our next one, and this is by Dara Whitlock of World on a String by Dara. And this one is 29 by 24, so this is a really tiny one. Yeah, really tiny. Okay, so our next one is October 31st. This is by Sarah Louise Greer of Wickham Cottage. It's 64 by 72. And that's kind of cute. I like the grouping of the pumpkins. And again, I would probably take the grouping of the pumpkins out. And this next one is called Boo. It's by Amy Grafe of Color Me Amy X Stitch. It's 66 by 94. And that's Boo. That's fun. That's a bright, colorful piece. Okay, then my pages are sticking. Seriously sticking. Okay. And then they have a page in here, this is not Halloween, where they have a Creative Woman Kit of the Month. And so this is by Annie's, and they're advertising you can order this Kit of the Month and you'll get monthly projects. Okay, this next one is called Stay Spooky. And this one is done on plastic canvas. It's by Kate Spiridonova. Boy, I butchered that. I am really sorry, Kate. It is cute embroidery by Kate. I should have just said that. It's 57 by 67. And yeah, sorry, it's in the fold there. You know, I know there are blue pumpkins. I know that's a thing now, and I love blue, but I'm not sure I would want to stitch that in blue. Can you suggest a color you would stitch instead of blue where all the details would still pop? I don't know. I love blue though. I don't know why that's throwing me. This next one is called Baba Yaga's Hut. And here we go. This is by the Stitch Crypt. It's 105 by 57. Yeah, that one's cute, isn't that? Was it? Love it. Love Baba Yaga. I love your mythology and your fairy tales, and I've always been into that. I'm part Irish, so the Irish mythology and the fairies and the leprechauns, and I guess growing up I was always drawn to that. Okay, this next one is called The Witching Hour, and these are the designs, excuse me, that are in this section. Okay, so our first one is called Witch's Apron. This is done on a piece of perforated paper. I'm not sure what let me see if they use felt for the backing. This is by Jennifer Rodriguez of Always Time to Stitch, and it's 51 by 36. And the perforated paper, they're using 14 count. Now this next one is called, this one is adorable, absolutely adorable. This is Little Witch Apprentice by Amanda DeLong of BAD or Bad Stitch. And it is, I forgot to tell you the size. It is 70 by 74. And she's just cute. Little mouse that's losing, it looks like she's losing control of the broom, doesn't it? Like the magic is taken over, and maybe I watched too much Harry Potter. All right, the next one is called Trick or Treat. This one is 41 by 40. It's by Flossie Fox Shop. And yeah, that really tiny one. Okay, so this next one, of course, I spot it and I go, oh, I don't like coffee, but I love that design. And then I realized this is by Elizabeth Spurlock. And if you follow along, every time I have a magazine and there's one by Elizabeth Spurlock, a design in a magazine, it's what I'm drawn to every time. This is called Magic Beans Cafe. It's by Elizabeth Spurlock of Saving Grace's Fine Needle Arts, and it's 70 by 70. And this one, I thought this was on Fancy Floss, but it's not. They use DMC, but there are 2 Krynics used in this. And then we have Toil and Trouble. This is designed by Annie Kraft of Dirty Annie's. And this is your, I guess, Halloween fancy lady. This is 92 by 64, so she's not that big. So if you're into fancy ladies and you want a little one for Halloween, that's little. This one uses Weeks Dye Works, Classic Color Works, and yeah, and of course the conversion. I was just checking if there were any beads, but I don't see any beads listed here. Okay, and the next one, let me see if I can get this in the screen. I might have to cover up my face totally. This is Odd Apothecary, so like Odd Apothecary, yeah. This is by Gretchen Myers and Noctiflora Designs. Each one of these is 60 by 31. And so these are, they suggest you go antiquing and find these old bottles, but it's these little ornaments. See, I would do them as an ornament. I wouldn't put them on a bottle. Because then when Halloween is over, I have to store the bottle somewhere. So, all right, let's see. Let's see if I can, maybe I'll have to put these on the screen larger because I don't think that really showed up. We have spider legs, we have newt eyes, we have bat wings, and we have frog bones. Those are cute. I would love to do each of those and turn them into an ornament for my tree. And yes, I have a branch type tree. It has no leaves on it, and I use that pretty much year round. And it's got, I can light it, so the tips are LED lights. And then like the grandchildren are here, I can plug that in, have a little bit of light, they like it, and then just like a night light. So yeah, that would be really cute. Okay, so this next one is called Witch's Supply Shelf. And there's that one. wait a minute, I gotta see who this is. This is by the Stitch Crypt. It's 70 by 124. There's that. I like the hangers holding the broom. I find these little pieces in something that I like. All right, this next section is called Trick or Treat. And these are the designs that you will find in this section. So the first one is called Work Hard, Play Hard by Jessie Schofield. It's 56 by 56. This one uses Flosswise DMC or Presencia. I've never used that one. I don't think I've seen it for sale. This one is Delightfully Spooky by Snailfish's Stitches. It's 60 by 72. That hat, the little skull on the hat, yeah, that's adorable. Okay, so this next one is Mr. and Mrs. Trick or Treat. This is by Annie Craft of Dirty Annie's. This uses Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works. It is 51 by 55. And then we have a little one here. It's not as little as I think. The picture is probably the smallest picture in the entire magazine, but it is 65 by 62. It's called Peekaboo, and it is by Jennifer J. Redmond. And this uses a couple Mill Hill Petite Sea beads. And okay, then we have, let's see. I'm going to put a picture of this in. I don't know that I can get this in here. This is called Halloween Tiny Totes. And each one is 51 by 51. And let's see, there are DMC and Sullivan, but then they also use the Gentle Art, Simply Shaker Sampler Seeds, and they use 1 Weeks Dye Works for those. And now we have Spooky Skyline. So there's Spooky Skyline. This is by Sarah Gilbert of Mod Cross Patterns, and it's 118 by 82. That's cute. That's really cute. Then we have Spooky Brews, and they use lids that are used by brewers for 32-ounce cans. And let's see, this is by Franny Ritter Designs of Franny Ritter of Franny Ritter Designs. Each are 36 by 38. And these are the designs. And you can see the lids they're using. I'm thinking I have some small, I'm not sure how small they are, but I have like the normal mason jar lids. Maybe those would work too. So yeah, you could use anything round. You could use round wood cuts but yeah, they're putting it on these lids. And if you didn't read that, they say Frankenstein, Bat Brew, Spider Cider, and Pirates Pilsner. And I think this might be, we're getting to the end. It might be the last one. Yes, that was the last one. And then of course at the back, they have the entire page showing you all of the designs. And I think that is it for this year's 2024 Halloween Special Collector's Issue. So I have a subscription to this. I was gifted a subscription, which means I have access to the PDF, the digital version. So I've downloaded the digital version. I prefer to work from a PDF, so I'm going to give this away. I do think I'm going to restrict it to just within the US because it will cost me more to ship it than it will to buy a copy. Let me think. You know what? For Halloween, I associate Halloween with bats more than cats and the color black. So if you are interested, you live in the US, if you're over 18, use the word black in your comment and tell me what you think of this issue. Do you like it? How many did you fall in love with? And I will try to come back mid-July. I'll be doing a video this coming Sunday, but I won't do it that quickly. I'll wait till about mid-July and I'll do a video where I will announce the winner. So don't say anything in your comment about free giveaway. Thank you for doing this. I've had a comment like that before. Thank you for sharing. Don't do anything where, the trolls can find it, because I'd like you to have a copy of this. So that's it for me today. I hope you like how I presented this. If you would like it done a different way in the future, let me know. I'm open to any suggestions. And with that, I will say bye.